Hello everybody and welcome to an extra special edition of Panini Unwrapped, joined today by the great Tim Brown.
Great, wow.
Well,
I appreciate that.
And that's an understatement. I mean, you're so much more than great. It's a travesty that you're not yet in the Hall of Fame,
man.
but it's coming.
It's coming one day.
Inevitable.
Right.
I mean, you're on the top 5 receiving list for receptions, 14,000 some odd, or no, 1,937.
But who's counting, right?
And then you're top 5 also in receiving yards.
Yeah.
You're 100 receiving touchdowns, 105 career, great distinguished career with the LA and Oakland Raiders, and also ended up in Tampa Bay. But prior to that, you won the trophy, the guys on the thing.
Yeah, you know, you got to get it right. You got to lead.
Only members of the Heisman Club can do that properly, and you were certainly there when you were with Notre Dame, and we're honored to have you. I know I appreciate that. You came in to sign some autographs for some upcoming products,
right here in Dallas, so it works out pretty good.
Woodrow Wilson High School.
Woodrow Wilson, baby.
A little known fact: my first high school football game, we played against Woodrow Wilson.
Where were you at?
I was at Marcus High School. It was '86.
Oh, right after I left. Okay.
I think the year after you left. So luckily I didn't have to play against. We got beat anyway. But anyway, you happen to come here on a day when our brand new football product, Prime Signatures, is releasing.
Okay.
And we thought we'd just open a few packs and talk about who we get inside.
Let's see what we got.
All right, let's do this. Now I think each pack is 4 cards.
Sweet packaging. Nice.
It's got 2 guys on the front that are
a little recognizable.
Driving the football card market right now, and RG3 and Andrew Luck, and there's also an autograph in every pack. I'm gonna let you open this one.
All right.
And I'm gonna open this one, and we'll see. Now you've been appearing on trading cards for many years. And how would you?
Okay, what is this? Trick paper or something?
You gotta. There you go.
Gotta do it like a man.
You get your little room up top, and then you yank.
Here you go, a little Pierre Thomas.
Oh,
a little Brett Favre.
Look at that.
A little Vincent Bo Jackson.
That is a printing plate. That's a 1-of-1 trading card.
Wow.
Bo Jackson printing plate. Show if you wouldn't mind, Mr. Brown.
Bam! How about that? Look at that.
And we did say before
some Brett Favre. Payo.
That's a good pack right there.
Yeah, it is. Pierre Thomas and Aaron Foster.
Now I pulled a card of a guy who you are actually tied with in career receiving touchdowns at 100.
That's exactly right.
Steve Largent. Did y'all's careers ever pass over a few
first couple
years?
First couple years was his last couple years.
Got Prime Proof Lennon Fletcher, a Kendall Reyes of the Chargers, and a Kevin Walter. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. I know you probably asked this a lot, but if you had to, you're starting a team and you need to pick one receiver right now playing, who would you pick and why?
A guy playing today?
Yep.
Whew, that is really tough because none of the guys do what I like to see. Not none of them, but like Calvin Johnson is great, but Calvin is more of a down the field type receiver.
Right.
He's not going to run the 5, 10, 15 yard underneath routes and that because he's too big. I mean, he would get decapitated if he did. So, but I guess if you're going to take today's game, you would have to start with Calvin Johnson.
Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
What do you take the most pride in from your own career? I mean, because you did it all.
Sure.
So you could go deep, but you were a great possession guy, real tough, could return kicks.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is consistency. I mean, the fact that I was able to go out week in and week out for 15 years straight, basically, without missing a game, and perform.
Right.
And I think that's something when I look back on it, I think I'm crazy for doing that because there was probably about 10 games I should have played in. But I think at the same time, I think I really got over to my teammates how important the game was to me, and there was no excuses. So I mean, those are things when you look back on, you can really hold your head up high because you did the right thing back then.
Oh, no question. And I know you've got many memories, but is there one moment from your career that sticks out as when you look back on it?
Well, for me, starting here at Woodrow Wilson, we were 4-25 and won my 3 years of varsity.
Okay.
I got to Notre Dame. We was 5-6 in my first 2 years, and then I think we went 6-5, and then my senior year we were 8-1 at one point, with the chance, if we were to beat Penn State, and Penn State, a chance to go down to Miami, with probably a chance to play for the national championship. Well, we lose to Penn State, lose to Miami, end up 8-4 that year. I played 15 years in the league and never get a chance to play for a championship. And so that cool January night in Oakland, when I realized for the first time I was going to get a chance to play for the World Championship, was really overwhelming to me. I mean, I was running a route and I was crying.
Really?
And I had to come out the game, and I just sat on the bench and I just melted, because it was the greatest feeling in the world to just have the opportunity to play for the World Championship. To say that I was going to be on that stage was something I was very, very happy about at that time.
That's great. That's a great story. Here's Eric Dickerson.
Got a little Greg Jennings right here.
Another good receiver.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you would impart on younger receivers right now? They're playing the game. Fundamentals. These guys are such great athletes. They get away from the fundamentals. They carry the ball in the wrong arm. They don't on the routes. They don't do the right things in the routes. As far as how to separate yourself from guys. So, and it's all because of when you're Megatron, you're 6'5", 240. Yeah.
You don't need too many fundamentals.
Right.
But every once in a while, they come back to bite you.
There's a DeVere Posey number 4/5 autograph.
Ryan Broyles, rookie from Oklahoma. I know you're pretty excited about this. I'm gonna shake it up for you a little bit.
You guys were talking now, and Chris Reed's behind the camera, an OU guy, and obviously the great Tim Brown's a Notre Dame guy. And there was a game they played earlier this season. I don't remember.
Little game in Norman, yeah.
I don't remember what happened, but can you?
Well, I tell you, I was there on the 45-yard line, so I can give you a play-by-play if you want it. But it was really, I think, for Notre Dame, probably one of the best games they played in the last 15, 20 years. I mean, for the university, that game literally put the team on the map again. People were saying, "Oh, yeah, they won these games, but they're going to get demolished when they go to Oklahoma." And for them to, win that game so handily, I think people really had to say, "Okay, this is a really good football team." And not a team is just luckily winning games, but if you can come down to Oklahoma and win by 2 touchdowns, you've done something pretty special.
No question. And how often do you get back to Notre Dame, or do you participate in stuff that they have going on?
Well, I've been to 4 games this year.
Okay.
And hopefully I'll go to SC game next weekend and see them beat the Trojans out there, finish up 12-0, and see what happens after that. So, but I try as much as I can to be around when it's possible. And
then how much do you have any activities with the Raiders?
Not as much, but I think that's coming. The new administration, they're really, filling things out, and I don't know if I'll have a permanent job with them, but I think there's going to be room for me to be around. And
the black hole, what's it? Are those people really as crazy as everybody?
Yeah, you know what's really scary is in 2000, I think it was, they did a big story in Oakland about those people in the black hole, and 99% of those folks are doctors, lawyers.
Really?
Yeah. So, but you have to realize, I mean, in order to be right there, you have to have money. Those are not cheap seats. Right. You know what I mean? So that was really scary, to think that doctors and lawyers are the ones painting themselves up, and literally they have to be going to work the next day with remnants of that pain and stuff on their faces. So, it's a special group, man, and those people, when they go in, they go in deep.
They go all in.
They go all in, and it's a beautiful thing.
And then what are you doing with your post-career career?
Yeah, staying busy. I've done some work with Fox Sports. I've done work with ESPN, calling games, doing Sirius Radio right now, 3-4 times a week. I did Fox Sports last weekend, so I'm doing a lot of TV, radio type stuff, and that's what I do for fun. For real work, I have a company that helps nonprofit organizations fundraise more effectively.
Okay.
And so I've been doing that for a couple of years, and it's been a joy to be able to help some of these nonprofits out and teach them different ways of fundraising without, always begging people for money.
Right.
So that's been great. But so I'm staying busy, man. Just trying to keep the train on the rails, moving down the tracks, and If I can do that, I'll be happy.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, we can't thank you enough for stopping
Thank you.
by.
Appreciate
I know
you.
that I speak for everybody watching. We can't wait for your new trading cards to come out. You're still as collected now as you've ever been.
Wow, I appreciate that. That's good to know. Well, Raider Nation and Notre Dame, that's two
Too strong, and the Heisman folks
absolutely.
too. So you got
No doubt.
But
no doubt.
one of the most underrated, I think, underappreciated players in NFL history.
Well, I appreciate that.
And
I appreciate
you're going to get your due in Canton soon
Yes, sir.
enough. But
Soon enough.
thanks for stopping by, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
That's it.
Peace.
We out. Carlos.